Chief talked about has not been conveyed.
Well, it's right.
Because
Right.
King, that's the issue. I understand, like, you guys had that discussion, but I haven't seen an announcement about it. Maybe there is. Maybe I overlooked it. Because King just said, all right, 2 for every interference, which has typically been a thing in the past. But if that's...
But even so, like, okay, forget the 10 units, right? Forget that. Even the announcement that there currently is 6 units plus Air 1 than the usual protocol for interference. That is a maximum of
16
units. Like, take a look at these photos, right? So, for example,
I know. Hold on, let me call King.
On the freeway,
Hey,
19 units.
Was Espino's leading that call?
I don't know who was actually leading that. I'll be honest with you.
So the issue we're having is there were 19 cars involved.
No, there was 22. There
22
cars.
Wait, 22 officer? No, I think you're thinking
Wait,
of...
I'm looking at blips.
Yes,
here.
you're looking
1,
at
2,
blips.
3, 4,
I'm pretty
5,
sure there
6,
was
7,
like
8,
19
9,
cars
10, 11,
involved
12,
in that
13,
chase.
14, 15,
Which I
16,
think...
What?
17, 18, 19, 21. There was 21 units on the freeway.
How do we get 19?
That's the thing is, I think we called for 77s, which would have put us at 16, but there were... Then, I mean, even at when we boxed that white Ferrari in, I think I counted like...
I took a photo of that for you. So when the white Ferrari was boxed in, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 units in the area, like around.
No. Units. Okay, unit is not officers.
These are people up the road. Look at the photo. This is on the block. On that one block, there is.
So we're allowed 8 extra
surrounding the area of one
I'm
interference
being
vehicle.
informed that Turner and... Actually, are you busy? Are you busy right now?
No, forget what me and Turner spoke about.
Yeah, we come into
regardless of that speed, we're still overgoing.
The sheriff's yapping while I'm on the phone.
Okay, I'll be there in a sec.
Yeah, come in my office. Wait, that's not units though. Like, I know I had 2 people in my car. One, two, three.
But that's one vehicle.
The thing is, when you call 77s, it's so hard to be... Oh my god, RP truck. Okay, so
how many do we have?
Right, wait, let me
here's the next thing. Here's the next thing, right? Is I think Turner and the sheriff have limited the...
Maxwell was it? Wait, let's get Maxwell in here. She was involved for that talk. Hey, can you come to the Arch Chief's office real quick? Thank you. All right, let me just... So you've got the same picture, King.
Oh, okay, good. I like visual references. Thank you. Are people like doubled up or what?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is there's people doubled up. There's people attaching. We had fucking... Holy shit.
Well, if that's your argument, though, let's take a look at the...
I'm not arguing, I'm just asking.
No. I'm just stating, if that is the argument, then let's take a look at the dispatch. The only people that are doubled up is Espino's with 1 and Nova with 1 from the LSPD.
We should call Espino's in there because he was just talking to me on the phone about this.
As for the BCSO, there is 1 doubled up unit, which is Cassidy, and he wasn't on the call. So people also aren't assigning their units right on the dispatch, so we can't even hold them accountable. Because you're saying, well, there's a lot of doubled up units. Well, looking at this, 2 people that were on the call had more than one person in the vehicle, and that was it.
Yeah.
So unless
I'm not saying that's the answer, but I'm just you know, that could be what's happening.
I'm not throwing like a blame around. I'm just saying if we're gonna say there's doubled up units and people aren't putting themselves in dispatch as doubled up units, the evidence that I can see in front of me is 2 people were doubled up during that call, and that's it. So how can we even fix this or hold people accountable if people aren't even doing the basics of sorting their dispatch out correctly?
True.
Yeah, we're as much as I fucking hate cards. I'm going to be 100% honest.
I agree, but this is what we have.
Yeah,
this is what we have to go
I think we're going
right?
to have to start doing this, especially around these times. Like, PD numbers are fucking crazy right now, which I don't think we've had to worry about it in the past, but... Yeah, that was, I'm going to say, like, as of right now, listen, I think it's just an armored vehicle. The number of people that are kind of fucking going balls to the wall over this, I understand we keep getting shot in these situations, but it's like, fuck.
But we have to be reactive to that, you know?
Yes, you're 100% right. I don't think we can necessarily, like, discount We have to take that into account. Okay, go ahead.
So those 3 photos I've sent you, King, I'll send you them as well, Maxwell. I know you weren't involved, but you were there for the
I was held up too,
of.
I mean, I'm at
it was
fault.
10 units
I'm 100%
plus 4 interference, right? That's what was settled on.
Yeah, I'm not on the car because I was flying, so that's my fault.
So if you look at this, King, so the first photo, that's where the armored vehicle went out. That's 21 blips. I don't know. I can't tell you exactly how many were units, but again, if we base it off dispatch, only 2 people were doubled up, right? Obviously, more were doubled up because people aren't using dispatch correctly, but this is what we have to base it off right now, right? Then, if you look at the second photo, that's, I think, 11 or 12 blips again, surrounding 1 interference vehicle, which was the box white 4 GT. So the box is where Air 1 is, where you are. All those units are just in the surrounding area, right? Very close for 1 interference vehicle. The third is 8 people attached themselves to the card, yet we have 21 on the freeway, right? So there's multiple layers of problems here. I'll send you them, Max. I'll give me a sec.
Also, it's only 6 plus Air 1 that should be attached to that card.
Yeah,
initially.
6 plus Air 1, and then...
Yeah, Espino's called me and just said that we have a serious problem with people ghost attaching. I did notice it in a couple of other chases this morning as well. Yeah. I think I might need to do some dispatch watching.
Well,
this is what I'm trying to do. I wasn't actually attached to that call, right?
For this call, that's what we were trying to do, yes.
All I've done there is I'm on the radio and I'm slightly in the area monitoring. I'm taking photos of the GPS. I'm trying to establish the problems visually, like these photos that I'm sending you all, so that we do know what the problem is, right?
How do we fix this?
Well, the way that I suggest, obviously Espino's command, and he was primary, but at the end of the day, if he is too busy leading the scene, he can't exactly be dispatch watching as well as leading the scene or primary in a vehicle or whatever he's doing. This is where people like us 4 have to step in and just start telling people to get the fuck off the call. Easy as that. We just have to be stern about it. Like, and that's it. Like, for example, what should have happened during that time, which Peters did then do after the person in the white interference vehicle took off, we should have said, like, why the fuck is there 12 people surrounding this one interference vehicle?
We shouldn't say why. I mean, we should just tell people
not why. Sorry. Yeah, we should say there is currently 12 people surrounding this white interference vehicle. 4 units stay behind. The other 9 leave. Like, literally leave. That's it.
It's hard.
Why? It's crazy.
Like I try to monitor it, but it's not. I mean, even during that chase, I was like, look, like you guys are Congo lining like parallel. It didn't help that somebody was like, well, all these interference are going in a straight line. It's like, well,
yeah, they back chatted, right? There was like 13 units in a conga line following the armored vehicle, and Peters called this out. They were like, well, interference is in the conga line too. It's like, right, okay.
What do you do in that with that though?
I don't know.
That's the problem. They're only attaching for interference.
As long as you're confirming that they're on, and I have done that. Supervising the call, like we talked about, Frost was if I see 8 people in a conga line, and then I go to a corner on a parallel and I see, okay, car 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I see an interference, and I'm like, okay, I don't say shit. The other day I threatened to pull him off the call. I said, fix it.
This is what we need to do. And King, I don't know if you were involved in this conversation. Me, Maxwell, Knight, I think Peters as well. We've sort of spoken about this, that we're trying to bring in like command to monitor the calls that aren't involved in the call.
I don't think
for example, oh, okay. So for example, what we're trying to do is say that this should be 6 units plus Air 1, but you're not involved, King, or I'm not involved, or Maxwell's not involved. We attach as a 7th unit. Now we don't get involved, like we don't parallel, we don't call out anything. We are literally there just to be in the area, monitoring who's attaching, and then being like, 395, why have you just attached? We don't need 77 site. Or 395, you've just attached. We don't need 77s, leave. Like, we need a command monitoring certain calls like this. And I think that's the only way that we can fix it.
We should not have to be doing this, but you're right.
We shouldn't have to be doing this. No, we shouldn't. But like, how the fuck can we justify 21 units on 5 vehicles on the freeway? It isn't right. It isn't right. And we do need to fix it. And if that's by us having to do the shit job of of ghosting a channel and watching the GPS, then that's the only way we're going to sort it. Second to that, we also have to bring accountability into it. Otherwise, we're just telling people to leave and they're just going to keep coming because there's nothing happening if they join and leave, right? It's just like, oh, okay, I've been told to leave, off I go. Like, we just need to get stern on this. And if we need to, like, set an example, if we need to send people off duty during it to get our point across, as shit as that is, it's what we're going to have to do, right?
Don't you think the card's pretty important for this one?
Exactly, and I sent you a photo of that. There's 8 units attached, but 21 units on the freeway.
So the attaching to car, it's so fucking hard to attach, especially when you're just like, we need 77s. People are like, okay, I'm going to jump on this. Versus like, think about in a 78 situation too. Like if 78s are called, like I'm not going to attach to the card.
No, but even the parallel, or like say you are the primary on the damn thing. Somebody attach me to the card now. Like, you need to be, somebody should be attaching you. Because what if we go through this later and see, because I'm pretty sure it attaches from the top down, right? So as you attach late, you're at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, that's true. So I was the 6th attached, and then 2 more attached after me, and that was on the start, right?
Yeah. So that was me. That was one. So I ended up attaching to that, and then I just monitored and listened and waited for interference. Because obviously when we first had it, there was like 4 interference cars down there. And I was assuming they'd reattach, but I was just posted up listening to the channels. Like, I'm not going to unattach myself.
I mean,
I have an idea.
Okay, spitball it.
What if we reduce the amount of cars that are allowed to attach for interference?
Well, we've done that. It's meant to be 6 plus air 1 and then 4 for interference, but everyone seems to believe
nobody. That hasn't been conveyed yet, though. Like,
I'm not aware of that. I've been told it's 2 per interference.
It's in the unit response numbers. If you go to the report, unit response numbers.
But was there an announcement that has been updated? I guess is
when did that change? Yeah,
in report 14034, which is the PD document for standard unit response units. It says 37 alpha, 6 units plus air 1, up to 4 total units for all interference. Now, you're right. That should, 14034. $14034.
Oh, I got it. I'll be honest with you. We've been running 2 for interference for I don't even know how long.
Well, I think we're gonna have to talk to the chief because remember I told you, Arnold. I think he wants 2 per.
Yeah, he ended up disagreeing with it, but was what we said.
The chief. When I talked to him Friday, I think, let him know how many interference there were. He thinks we should have 2 per car, no matter what. But we'll have to update him on the amount of calls this week and what we've been dealing with and see what he says.
I agree either way, but the main problem is even if it was this plus 2 interference per vehicle, we're still way over. So regardless of what is set, it doesn't matter, right?
Because we shouldn't have more than 14 if there's 4 interference cars.
That's what I mean. 21 units on the freeway.
Well, it's not units. 21 officers.
21 officers on the freeway. Well, again, but this is the thing, right? We can say this all we want, but at the time, only 2 units were doubled up. So how are we actually supposed to measure that correctly if people aren't even following dispatch?
Right. I think the call Monday. Yeah, I sent a picture to Arnold. Remember, was it Monday or Tuesday, Arnold? And there was like fucking 17, 14, 15. We're already at.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've been ripping my hair out playing dispatch for the last 3 days because one, nobody uses dispatch. I literally
you're right.
I'm literally playing. I feel like I'm a dispatch officer because like I'm like, guys, make sure, like I feel like I'm a little teacher that it's like, okay, dispatch calls, attach yourself. You got 4 units with channels. Like I did this for like 6 hours today, and it's like I'm nonstop.
And this is what
exhausting.
We've just spoke about, Espino. So, for example, just to paint the picture for you, on the freeway, when the armored vehicle went out, there was 21 officers, I'm unsure of units, at the broken down vehicle. Then, when the white vehicle left, that white interference vehicle, there was then 11 officers surrounding 1 interference vehicle. But as for the dispatch card, there was only 8. Now, Peter's argument is, on the freeway, there was a lot of doubled up units, but I checked the dispatch and only 2 units in that pursuit were actually doubled up on their dispatch card. So we can't actually use that as an excuse because people aren't doing that correctly. So who's to say how many doubled up units?
No, I'm not. They were definitely over 16. Regardless, they were definitely over 16.
The thing that we're discussing now, Espinosa, just to fill you in, at the minute, something that I've spoke to my high command about, and Maxwell as well, is if there is, for example, 6 units plus Air 1 that's meant to be on a 37 Alpha, one command member, such as like yourself or me or anyone in command, joins as like a 7th unit, but doesn't attach to the pursuit in like a commanding way. So, for example, I'd join a dispatch card, I'd be in the area, I wouldn't be doing any comms, but what I would be doing is watching unit numbers, check it, like literally just being a fucking dispatch officer, I guess. Watching units numbers, seeing like, okay, 395 watt, like you've just attached, we don't need 77s, break off, like, and just being on top of it. It's awful that we have to do that, but we are going to have to do that. The second thing that I'm suggesting as well is if units are just ghost attaching, to get the point across so that people actually stop, is we just say, get off duty. Like, until Tsunami, I don't want to see you on duty kind of thing. Like, we have to put our foot down, otherwise people aren't going to learn, and it is just going to keep getting worse, I think.
We have a joint meeting today. We can absolutely talk about ghost joining in general. It is an issue. It has been.
I think the solution for this is I kind of agree. Like after running everything, I was like, hey, we need 2 units for everything. But I think at this point, just for ease of patrol and everything else, we're gonna have to do hard limits. Like if there's interference, only X amount of units are attaching, unless it's 78s, right? And I think that's the easiest solution, and we're dealing with people that that can't even attach themselves to a card. So the only way to combat that for the time being is, you know, if there's like this, like let's say 12 units max, like okay, 6 units. If there's interference, then all we're adding is there's 12 units. If there's more than 12, like anyone else attaching needs to fuck off. Even then, monitoring 12 units is fucking crazy.
What's frustrating about this, like there's a lot of things that we've been discussing recently that we need to fix. This is an absolute basic. Like this is like a basic thing that is becoming such a massive problem. It shouldn't be difficult, and people should use their head. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Like,
I agree.
It's like we're just piling on vehicles left, right, and center on all calls, and it's not good at all.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah, the only way I can
situation...
see this actually being fixed is by having dispatch. I know, as in like a person, I know that's very hard to maintain someone that actually wants to do that all day. That would be the only way to fix it, really.
I also think as well, unfortunately, I know I keep bringing this up, we need to set examples and hold people accountable. Like just send people off duty. Like we need to do that. Otherwise, the issue is if someone ghost joins and command is there and they say 395 leave the call, we don't need 77s. Why the fuck aren't they're not going to do it again? Because all that they're thinking in their head is, right, if I attach and someone notices, I get told to leave. If I attach and someone doesn't notice, it's no problem. Whereas if they attach and you send them off duty, they're going to think, fuck, I'm not doing that again unless they call 77s, right?
Counter.
Okay.
How the fuck do you monitor who's attaching later? Without, I mean, they're going to have to start using the card, right? And even then, knowing exactly who's attaching when and where and doing all of that and monitoring everything, I think it's going to, I know dispatch would be the solution, but I think it's going to have to come down to a high command thing. I think it's going to have to be myself, yourself, Maxwell.
Oh, you called them. Hey, Espinosa, why did you just join that pursuit? You know, I thought they didn't have enough units. Okay, well they do.
Right. I understand that, but what I'm saying is it's really hard to know exactly who's attaching last, and then you're going to have to start calling every single person on the chase. I think it's going to have to be watched by high command. I think you're absolutely right. There needs to be consequences for people joining that are kind of like laissez. What is that fucking?
I think the counter to that is yes, it is hard, but it's our job to fix it.
Yeah,
so as hard as it is, we need to figure it out.
And it's going to have to fall on high command, though. I think our command is leading the scenes. I think we're going to have to play hall monitor.
How do you want me to approach if I see other command or high command members doing that?
It's hard
Not high
to...
command, honestly, not even high command, like other command members, because I haven't seen high command.
They need to break off the call.
same thing.
I mean, it's just got to be like, look, like you guys are attaching this call. We already have enough units. I think we got to have this talk with the chief today over this as well. And I truly think the only solution for the time being, instead of being like 2 units per interference, is just hard caps on calls if there's interference.
Well, that's what we're done with the 10 units, right? We just need to announce that and communicate that better.
Yeah, it hasn't been. I didn't know.
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, I know it's been talked about, but I didn't know that
we're 10 units.
There you go. You didn't even know either.
Yeah,
no,
see?
which is fine. That's fine.
So basically, we're only meant to have, what was it? What's the rule again?
6 units plus Air 1 plus 4 interference.
Is that just for the 37 Alpha, or is that?
Yeah, that's just for the 37 Alpha.
I think that it's got to be across the board, though. I think we're gonna have to change the SOPs. So same thing for every single call. So if it's jewelry store, so I think for interference, then if there's interference, it's just automatically 4 cars. That's it.
Well, the thing is, the 6 units is already accounting for interference, right? Because you're not gonna have 6 units conga lining one vehicle.
Well, no, it should be. It should be. They should be paralleling.
Yeah.
It's ultimately. It's a higher priority call. So we're trying to clamp down on them more, and it should be 3 to 4 that are chasing, and then the other 2 should be paralleling, making sure there's if we lose eyes, they're there to kind of intercept, or scouting to see if there's going to be interference.
I guess that we don't need to spiral out of this. I guess that falls down to another issue with parallels, right? We don't, that is an issue at hand, so let's not get into that now.
Fair enough.
I think it just needs to, if there's interference, I think we just call like a hard cap instead of 2 per, because ultimately 2 per every vehicle, then you're going up to an additional 10 units. And then monitoring 10 more units and keeping track of that is going to be fucking chaos. I mean, it's possible, but at that point,
I think it's already going to be difficult anyway, keeping track of it. But we have to.
Like the only way to keep track of it is for people to actually use dispatch, like, or else like you're just gonna have clicking blips in our GPS in the car, like for the whole call, and it's like if we don't have units like attaching to the call, then how can we know that like XYZ called onto the chase? Like, it's just, I don't know. I did see the freeway. It was like so many units.
It was crazy. I mean, the fact that as soon as I called out, beat them down if they're tackling officers. It was very nice to see officers actually doing that.
Yeah, we're getting better. The thing is, regardless of all this shit that we're also dealing with, there is other areas that are definitely improving. We don't need to necessarily fully fucking doom and neg ourselves out, because we are getting better as a PD in different aspects too. Unit numbers is just a big thing right now that we need to crack down on, because it's, regardless of doubled up or not, 21 units on a broken down armored vehicle is not right. And there's like no argument there. Like it is not right, right?